Hello, welcome back to the Invest AI podcast. Today's episode is going to highlight certain chapters in the Invest AI book. I'm your host, Pop Buchanan, and I'm extremely proud. I just want to start out by saying if you're new to this podcast and for some reason you was attracted to the title and you don't know where to start with AI and how to process AI, the Invest AI book is perfect for you. But we have a lot of resources on our Facebook page, the Invest AI book you can find on Facebook. We have a lot of videos on our YouTube page, the Invest AI book, Invest AI YouTube. You'll recognize it because it has the same artwork and kind of like the look of the book, and it all matches the podcast, the Facebook. It all looks the same. Why did I wake up one day and feel like I had to write Invest AI? I'm one of those people that I didn't miss the Bitcoin. I had the right mentorship. So one of my mentors is James Altucher. I follow all of his investment ideas and I listen to his podcast, and he's one of the formative minds in AI, in investments, and in anything tech and investments. He's a smart guy. And back in like 2017, James Altucher had this big push, this big marketing push about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna be high. It's gonna explode. And at that time, Bitcoin must have been trading under $1,000. Right. Now it's today up to $67,000 per coin, and and literally I had put money in and I took it out right before it exploded, man. And I just did not benefit. And I always kick myself in the butt for that. And then the next time that happened was GameStop. I was seeing all of this stuff about GameStop, and it never occurred to me just put some money into GameStop or look into this further, right? I'm just a victim of the media and the news, but I never understood I didn't understand what the short was. I didn't understand why this micro community with this guy on Reddit was pushing the stock value up, and all of these people investing, manipulating our market, and then the whole Robin Hood fallout. It was an amazing story. When you watch the movie, you just feel like, damn, why was I not privy to this? So it's not often where we get these opportunities for these financial gold rushes to happen in tech, and we have to wait years for the next technology. If you're one of those people that wish you was like part of Netflix in the beginning, part of Facebook and Meta in the beginning, this is your next opportunity, and that's why I wrote the Invest AI book. It's that basic. It's that simple. I just wanted the average Jane and Joe who works hard and go to their 9 to 5 to be able to pick up this book for under $30, and say to themselves, you know what? I'm gonna get myself a little app like Robinhood or something like Webull or E-Trade, and I'm gonna study these companies in this book, and I'm gonna make informed decisions, and I'm gonna get myself some exposure to the AI boom. The whole point of the book is not to offer investment advice. Like, first of all, and I'm gonna add a disclaimer to this podcast, but this is all for like what I consider entertainment purposes because it's fun for me. But I'm not a financial advisor. I recommend that anyone that is interested in investing in stocks, and I put this in a book, you got to look up what they call a financial fiduciary. A fiduciary is really cool because they're in your best interest. When you go to a financial advisor, they're not in your best interest. They're in the best interest of the house. They want to make enough money for them and their investors, and then they give you investments, and they're trying to make money for themselves. They don't have your best interest at hand. If you lose, you lose. A fiduciary has your best interest at hand. But what's better than a fiduciary is an informed investor, someone who could really just study and make informed decisions. Now, I'm not a day trader. I don't advocate day trading. I don't like anything that has that much risk involved. My strategy and the strategy of the Invest AI book, which is just a strategy that I would like you to consult someone on, is the buy and hold strategy. That's all I do. I invest micro fractions of a dollar, fractions of shares in these companies. I put a micro investment in, and it's a form of savings, but it's aggressive savings, and I just want to hold my stocks for about 10 to 20 years, right? I'm trying to work on my retirement on my own right now. That's why I wrote Invest AI, because if you get into these companies now, I'm telling you, you're going to be very excited about what happens in the next 10 to 20 years, the next 5, the next 2 to 3, the next 30 to 60 days, because the technology is shifting right in front of our face, right? You have semiconductors being built that gives the GPUs and CPUs and all this technical stuff that we will break down on the podcast, all of this quantum power to generate all of this deep learning and machine learning through these data centers. And now you got robotics, and you got this real Terminator style time that's upon us. But all of this influx in new technology and new applications for this technology is going to shift everything we know. So that's why we have this book, because I want you to know the top 20 to 30 companies that's involved. We have some of the top penny stocks, the top ETFs in the Invest AI book, and it's really cool. So look, let's look at some of the stuff that you'll find in the Invest AI book. You have we talk about Elon Musk pioneering AI ventures. So as you know, Elon Musk has Tesla, but he's working on a company called XA1, which is going to be is going to attempt to rival or compete with Nvidia's microchip capacity, right? So this is extremely big, because we have Elon Musk getting into the microchip space, which he already has a major exposure because, of course, he's an investor in these other companies. But now that he's trying to produce his own chips, it's going to be really crazy in the future. So to get exposure to that, one of the takeaways is invest in Tesla now. Tesla is going to explode. I'm telling you guys. He has the best position in the EV market, which is the electric vehicle market. He has the most advanced robotics that's out there. And Elon Musk is just a brilliant guy. So if you want exposure to a really solid AI person and company, Tesla's it. We talk about Warren Buffett's strategic exposure to AI stocks. If you don't notice, in the Invest AI book, we break down how a large amount of Warren Buffett's stock exposure through Berkshire Hathaway is in Amazon, Microsoft, and a company called Snowflake. This is really deep. And, Snowflake just recently went through some volatility because his CEO just stepped down, but nevertheless, it's a really good company and it's going to really explode in the future. So Warren Buffett even has exposure, and I know most of you saw online that Warren Buffett was a little averse to AI, but he still nevertheless has exposure through Microsoft and Amazon, and believe it or not, they're considered AI companies. Last but not least, we talk about NVIDIA's AI dominance. We talk about a company called Nightshade. We talk about OpenAI. We break down microchip companies and AI hardware, so it gives you an understanding of the fundamental tech involved. We talk about the tech giants and AI integration. Understand how Microsoft, Amazon, and Mega integrate AI into their operation. We talk about seizing the next GameStop opportunity, which I believe this is better than that, because this is not based on any hunch or any exploitation of a stock. This is about the shift in technology, and you have an exposure to the companies that's involved in this shift. Lastly, we talk about beyond Bitcoin and AI investments and top microchip and AI penny stocks. Look, the Invest AI book is a really great investment, and that's why we started this podcast, because it's just like it's so much more to cover that we couldn't cover in the book. But we're also working on the second series in the Invest AI, which we're going to focus extremely on like wafers, semiconductor companies, Nvidia's suppliers, going deeper into the EV market, going deeper into the cloud computing market and the quantum computing market. There's a lot to cover. I'm telling you, sometimes I feel a little overwhelmed. About a year ago, I had no idea about AI stocks or companies companies, anything. And now I'm looking at almost like 50 to 60 companies in my Robinhood portfolio. And it's like a lot of companies that's out there, man. It's overwhelming. And all of these companies are primed to do well. You're listening to Invest AI, the podcast based on the Invest AI book. I'm your host, Pop Buchanan. This was just a brief talk about the Invest AI book, why it's a good investment, why did we make it, and why this podcast exists. This is a real market. This is a real shift. This is happening now. We're trying to ride the wave and try to be on the forefront of this technology. Again, consult financial advisors. This podcast is not for financial advice, but this podcast is out of love. And don't miss out on this AI gold rush and the AI revolution. Talk to you soon.